Okay students, so in this video we will talk about monopoly market. In case of monopoly market, there is zero level of competition, means there is no competition at all. So these are features of monopoly market. First point is single seller. There is only a single producer who is selling this commodity in the market. Large number of buyers. Firm is also industry. Okay, let me tell you, if a single production unit is there, it is called firm. And if we combine all the firms which are producing same commodity, that is called industry. So here only single firm is there and no other firm is producing same commodity. So our firm is also called our industry. So both are equal here. In case of other markets, there is difference between firm and industry, but in this particular market, I mean monopoly market, firm is also industry. Entry is restricted. Yes, there is no free entry. If there is any free entry, obviously new firms will enter and there will not be any monopoly. These restrictions may be by government or maybe natural restrictions. For example, this type of product, it's a raw material is available with one producer only, or the formula or the process to produce this commodity is owned by one producer only, so other people don't know how to produce this commodity. So any type of restriction may be there, but entry is restricted. So this entry may be by a government or natural, or any type of entry, restriction on entry can be there. Next is independent decision making. So there is no competition. So independently a producer can decide about its price or about its quantity. Next is selling cost, or we can use another word that is advertisement also here. So what is selling cost? Selling cost is the expenditure which results in upward shift of demand curve. So here selling cost or advertisement expenditure do not play any important role. Either it is not there, or if it is there, that is only informative. Only some information may be there. It may be how to use this product and uh, where it is available, or what is the price of this commodity. Only some information may be there about this product, but it is not competitive type of advertisement, or means selling cost is not so important in this type of market. Next is price discrimination. This is a separate concept also, which can be asked in exam other than this particular type of market, I mean other than monopoly market. Price discrimination is when a producer is charging different prices from different consumers for same product. This is called price discrimination. So here it may be there, or I am not saying it is always there in monopoly, but suppose if it is there, it is possible only in case of monopoly. In other types of market, it is not possible. Price discrimination can happen only in case of monopoly market. Price discrimination depends upon two things. One is different elasticity, means if we are dealing with two people or with two different markets, elasticity of demand should be different. uh, as we know, when elasticity is more, we will charge a lower price. If elasticity is less, we charge a higher price. So there is difference in elasticities, and depending upon this factor that elasticities are different, producer will charge different prices accordingly. Second is market control. It is not possible that product can be transferred from one person to another person, or from one type of market to another type of market. Only in that case it is possible. For example, sometimes there are different prices of tickets for kids and for adults. So it is not possible to buy a ticket by any kid and it is used by some adult, it is not possible over there. So transfer of commodity should be restricted from one type of market to another type of market. Okay, next is, as I told you, price discrimination may be there, but it is not always there. So but if it is there, it is possible in case of monopoly market only. Next is no clause substitutes. Yes, there is no clause substitute in the market. If there are clause substitutes available in the market, in that case we can't say it is monopoly. Next is no supply curve. Actually, what is supply curve? It was not discussed earlier. Supply curve means on which prices a producer will be ready to produce and sell a particular quantity, or you can say to produce and sell in the market different quantities, what price will be expected by producer, which is a minimum price. If it is not given to the supplier, he will not produce at all. That is called a supply curve. But here all the decisions are taken by monopolist by taking the demand curve only. So all the decisions of this monopolist depends upon demand curve. So supply curve is not required and there is no supply curve actually in this particular type of market. These are the shapes of average revenue and marginal revenue curve in case of monopoly market. This is simply a demand curve which is always negatively sloped. And as you know, your demand curve is always equal to your average revenue curve. And how to draw marginal revenue curve? We have to take a midpoint of this line here. This is midpoint of this line and we have drawn this line here, and this is your marginal revenue curve. So these are average revenue and marginal revenue curve. Next we will discuss equilibrium of the producer. So we have to find out the price, I mean equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity, where this producer will be maximizing its profit. So let me draw the diagram here. This is a demand curve. So our demand curve is also our average revenue curve. Take midpoint here, and this is marginal revenue curve. So this is our marginal cost curve. As you know, where is the equilibrium of the consumer, where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. So this is the point. So here we will see this is the quantity. We have got the equilibrium quantity here. So producer will be producing this much of quantity, and to find out the price we will take help of demand curve. So this quantity according to this demand curve will be sold on this price. So these are equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. I have just used the equilibrium condition of a producer, which was marginal cost should be equal to marginal revenue, and both are equal here on this point. So we got our quantity, and with the help of our demand curve we got our price. So producer will be charging this price and will be producing this quantity, and he is maximizing the profit. Now next step is how to know the profit or loss is happening to the producer. So here we will take help of average concepts. So this is the main point, because this is our average revenue. This is our average revenue on equilibrium quantity. On equilibrium quantity, if this is our average revenue, so we always compare our average revenue and marginal revenue to know the profit level. So this is the point of average revenue. So we have to compare this point with average cost. So we will draw here average cost. There may be three situations. This average cost may be higher than this point, may be lower than this point, and maybe on this same point. So there may be three types of average cost curves. I mean, three situations can be there. This is average cost 1, this is average cost 2, and this is average cost 3. So on average cost 1, you can see that your cost is more than revenue, so losses are there. In case of average cost 2, there are normal profits, which we say zero profit, but in economics we use this word normal profit. And when average cost 3 is there, AC3, in that case profits are there. So again, let me tell you, this difference is actually per commodity loss or profit. So how to know total profit or total loss? So we will multiply total commodities with per commodity loss or profit. So if I join this line here, this box which you can see, let me shade this box. This box is the total loss, and if I draw this line like this box, I am doing this very dark. Okay, this very dark box you can see here is your profit when your average cost is like this, average cost 3. If average cost 2 is there, if this is the situation, then there will be normal profits. Now we will compare what will happen in short run and what will happen in long run. In short run, these three conditions can prevail there, means there may be any three condition in short run, but in long run there will be always super normal profits or positive profits. I mean, this situation will be there in long run, because in a long run producer is having better control on production. In long run it is possible to reduce the average cost, I mean per commodity cost. We have already discussed in chapter of cost curves that in long run average cost curve shows minimum possible average cost per for producing any level of output. So in long run there is a chance that average cost will come down, and it is the monopolist, so it is having full control on the market. So in long run only super normal profits will be earned by the producer.